So welcome to the Node.js Node API team meeting for March 22nd, 2024. We'll follow our standard approach of looking at the things that are on the agenda. So I'm going to put that up on the screen. Here we go. So any news to share this week?
Nothing here.
Okay, no news. Help with SQL 8 performance. I don't think I've seen any comments or anything on that. So I think a couple people kind of have in their backlog to take a look, but nothing new to report. I think similarly for the C language bindings and the debug add-ons. In terms of coverage, Kevin, anything we should chat about on that front?
No, we just merged in. I saw the Code Cove IO support. I saw that was merged in. So I don't think there's anything
Okay.
they need to
Do we
support.
have something that shows, does this show the, should we see something happening now?
Um, we probably can you go to the actions that were ran for this?
Sure. The actions for that one, yeah, let me see,
Right.
is show all checks.
Mm,
Might it be keyed on files touched?
Yeah, that's true. This doesn't update, like this PR doesn't update any actual
right.
files.
Can you go to the actions tab?
Yeah. Oops.
Mhm.
While I'm here, I'm just gonna do this. There's okay, so actions.
Mhm. And then on the left, you'll see the coverage Linux. So those were the last runs for this.
That's
Um,
interesting, but that's what are these like after the fact or during the
well, I would imagine we should also see one start soon for the merge that was just done into main.
right? But I guess what I expected is we would have seen one on the actual PR.
Yeah, I'll take a look into that then.
Okay. Because
Because
like
it
I could
seems,
see that it didn't like the PR didn't change anything, but then why is it running it here? So
yeah, like some of them ran, but I don't know why that one didn't. I'll take a look into that then.
okay. Sounds
Hmm.
good. Okay. I think that then just takes up stale issues. I don't think there's any new stale issues. Remember seeing anything? So yeah, I don't see anything there. So let's take a look at issues in add-on API. It's just that one, which I think you're still working on, Gabriel, right?
Yeah, this is still waiting on core.
That's what I thought. And then this one, I think, Kevin, you had commented on a couple of these, right?
Yeah, I haven't had any chance to look at what he's saying. He's
Okay.
saying that there's some issue with a value holding a double where it doesn't have the initial value the first time, but then he sets it again and then it has the value the second time, which I think is really, really odd.
Yeah, that's only once in every program execution, right? Like,
Yeah, so like in his log that he's posting here, this first val where it's 9.6 and whatnot, that is the value that is being stored in the node API value, even though it's creating the value using value from, passing in a value of that 200,000.
Right.
And then he sets it, he creates a new value for the second time, and then that's what that val 2
Right.
out is. And he said it's fine on like Linux with Node 18, but it's having issues with Windows on Node 18. I'm not really sure. So then I asked for a link to his repository
Yeah.
because he said he's having failures on actual GitHub Actions. So there's some repository here, but I haven't had a chance to look into that
Yeah.
yet.
It doesn't seem though like it's just as simple as it doesn't do the right thing the first time, because it sounds like he can't recreate it. Right? Like he said, he couldn't distill it down to a simple, first, like you don't just run this code the first, like you can't take that snippet and just run it. Seems more complicated than that.
Right, yeah. Well, we'll see what his
Yeah.
repository shows, and then we'll go
Okay.
from there.
Sounds good.
Very tricky.
I think you've answered this one. Is this? Okay, you're asking for more in-depth reproduction, so I don't see anything there. And otherwise, I don't see anything new, anything on the Node API we should chat on before I move over to Node issues.
Nothing here.
Uh, Okay, I don't see anything recent. Is there anything we should chat about?
There was the question on the backport
Okay,
PR.
Yeah, I just commented on that. It's safe to land this one. Yeah, like my comment should be right
yeah,
there. Yeah, here I just made this comment. So yeah, I mean we should backport this because this is the only one that has a conflict. The next one shouldn't have a conflict. Though the one that fixes the
okay.
finalizer for thread site function.
Yeah, so it's a good, but you answered the question that like it's better to have this one by itself without the other one.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. So that's answered. Any other ones that we should chat about or discuss?
I'm good to go for the week.
Yeah. If that's it, the one thing I don't know, I don't think if you two weren't here, I might have, did I mention LangChain JS and Node add-on API?
Sorry, what about Node add-on API?
I mentioned, I think last week that I was experimenting a little bit with LangChain JS, which is a way to access like large language models. And the thing
Oh,
I mentioned, which was cool, is that it uses like LangChain doesn't necessarily use it, but like Llama, there's this thing called Node Llama CPP, which lets you load a local model, and it uses Node add-on API, which I thought was pretty cool to see.
yes,
Because they've
yes.
got like pre-built binaries and stuff like that. Anyway, I guess I'm a bit excited, so I mentioned it.
Oh, I actually do have a question. Do you know when the CFP opens for OpenJS?
I don't think there is one planned.
So it's not planned yet. Okay.
I don't think there is one planned at all for this year, right? Like we didn't. I think the idea was to sort of maybe do smaller things with some other conferences, but I haven't heard of any specific suggestions on that front yet.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, okay,
So,
no worries.
yeah, like we experimented with doing it with the open source summit, I think. I forget what.
Yeah, open source summit, yeah.
Yeah, so we experimented with that. I think we discovered what we figured is there wasn't a lot of overlap. So we didn't get a lot of other people coming, which is kind of one of the reasons we wanted to co-locate with conferences. So we the idea was to try and find one which would be like more, so maybe not Node people, but JavaScript would be there, and have more people who show up to the talks and stuff who are not already the ones we talk to every day, if you know what I mean. But that's still, yeah, so I don't know of anything. So yeah, no CFP yet because there isn't anything planned.
All right, okay, cool. All right, thanks. Yeah,
Okay,
that was it
any
for
other
me.
questions before we close out? Okay, if not, well, thanks for everybody's time, and we'll see you in GitHub and next week. Thanks.
All right, see
Okay.
y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.